Some of you may even remember this, but about 2 years ago here in the Overwatch community, the big topic was the size of the hitboxes and how they were a little too generous. There were a whole bunch of videos that got popular, especially one from the War Owl, who doesn't even make Overwatch content, talking about this issue with the game. So I decided that for today's video, let's see how this game has improved over 2 years, if at all. If the hitboxes still need some work, if they are terrible, if they're good. Let's see what the hitboxes look like nowadays. Let's take a look.
Close enough.
So here's what you have to know from 2 years ago. In War Owl's video, he was taking the projectile heroes and the hit scan heroes, so you can take a Hanzo and a McCree, for example, and he was basically just using them to see how far away your crosshair could be from a hero and still land a shot. And a lot of the video would end up coming down to hit scan, projectiles, and Roadhog's hook. Using the hit scans from 2 years ago, like McCree, seemed to be the best way to kind of outline the hitbox of a player model. You could see that if your crosshair was still pretty far away from the hero, you would still land a shot. And then we would go to learn about the projectile heroes, specifically bringing up Pharah and Hanzo, and showing how their projectiles, so Hanzo's arrows and Pharah's rockets, how their projectiles had huge hitboxes, meaning you wouldn't have to be anywhere close with your shot to still land it. And of course, we all remember Season 1 Roadhog from 2 years ago.
Overwatch, however, is a very broken game.
Oh, holy crap. Let's just say we've had some problems with the hook.
You can actually hook a character above their head about twice the height of the character.
Okay, so I think we should start here. Let's start the tests with Roadhog. When testing this today, they've definitely tuned Roadhog's hook for the better over the years to be more accurate, but you can still hook somebody about half of their player model's worth above them. So while Roadhog definitely feels a lot better, it's not necessarily the same for the others. Hey, it's close enough. When I was testing McCree, I found that you could still be very far off and still land your shots. Where is it gonna put the arrow? Is there such obvious misses? It like moves the arrow into your player model, even though I miss. Holy! To be honest, I was kind of shocked to see Hanzo's hitbox be this generous, because I remember back in the day getting the patch where Hanzo's hitbox was decreased by so much. So going back like an entire year, 2 years later, I just thought it was going to be a little bit tighter. It's kind of shocking to see that the hitboxes are still this big, and we'll talk a little bit more about whether or not it's a good or bad thing that they're like that in a second. Pharah's projectiles had an interesting hitbox as well, because you would figure that a piece of the rocket animation, so the physical rocket that you see flying through the air, you would think that a piece of that would actually hit another player model, but it doesn't. As you can see from this screenshot, the rocket clearly is going straight past Soldier without a piece of it hitting, but still it is considered a hit. So now let's get into why the hitboxes are the way they are. It's easy to jump to the conclusion that it's just Blizzard messing up. Blizzard just accidentally made them too big. They didn't want to spend the time and the money and the resources to tighten the hitboxes. But guys, I don't think that's anything near what happened. I am rather certain that there is a purpose to the hitboxes being the way they are, and it does boil down to it makes the game easier. Overwatch isn't only meant for this competitive audience. Overwatch is huge, and it's definitely targeted towards a casual audience as well, and the casual player base makes up by far the majority. So to look at one of the heroes we tested on in this video, for example, Widowmaker, think about to your own games. Whenever you've played a mechanical aim hero, have you ever noticed how hard it is to land shots on a hero like Widow with her player model? It's tiny. It's already very hard to land shots on her, and it could take years of practice before you can get consistent with it. And that's with the big hitbox that we just saw. Imagine if they tightened it. They made it so that it was her exact polygon makeup. Guys, this game would be like 20 times harder. Landing shots would be tough. But for us competitive players, that may be probably exactly what we want. But for the casual audience, it makes the game so hard. And so yeah, in my personal opinion, I'm okay with hitboxes being stretched just a little bit, but to an extent. So this is your chance to tell me your opinion on the matter. Are you, as an Overwatch player, whether you're competitive or casual, are you okay with the fact that some of these hitboxes are intentionally stretched? Like always, I'm going to be going through and reading all the comments, and I'll go ahead and heart some of my favorite ones. I'm going to end out the video here. You guys know we hit 100K. I am working on that tattoo video, which should be coming not too long from now. And that's when I'll give you a proper thanks, and that's when we'll really address the 100,000 subscriber milestone. So guys, thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. See ya. First kill the other wins.
Imagine this.
Where are you?
Look above.
Oh god! Oh god!